Okay, let's try this. Take 5001. Hello, my interwebs friends and real life friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. No, you're embarrassed already. For those of you who don't know me, Kenta is my name, and yeah, this is my kind of first try into the YouTube's world. So if you kind of like this video or want to follow along, please click subscribe or however that works. I'm still figuring it out. But for today, since it's my 27th birthday, I wanted to create 7 lessons I've learned in 27 years of my life. And then at the end, I'm gonna kind of leave you with 2 questions that I use as my guiding questions for this year. We'll see how all that goes. Here we go, lesson number. Hello. Okay, so lesson number 7. This is kind of the first lesson that I wanted to share because it'll dictate how I talk about the rest of the lessons. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I constantly find myself making very similar mistakes, even though I thought I have mastered something, right? And it's just kind of to take that pressure away that lessons are things that, this lesson is basically that all lessons are being learned, and it's okay if you make the same mistakes. Just remember you are growing and be mindful of it, and let's work on it, you know what I mean? Okay, lesson number... Alright, can I just explain to you why I'm shooting in my bathroom really quickly? Basically, I walked downstairs because I was gonna shoot this entire single thing while I'm walking around my neighborhood. Stepped outside of my front door. It's like pouring, so now we got this weird rain, snow. So this one is know your value. Now this is like so important, especially as a creative. I still struggle with this now. I take away this lesson, which is like your work is a gift. And even though sometimes it's hard for me to believe that, it's the truth because each one of us are so unique. We have a perspective. And as a creative, I believe that one of the most important things is that perspective. Nobody else has that. They have similar ones, but nobody else has your perspective. So create, put it out in the world, and then on a professional level, just like be really aware of what that is so that you're not being taken advantage of. For me, my lesson to myself is like, more than anything, don't devalue yourself. Okay, coffee? Okay, I said coffee, but what I meant was tea. 5, which is, you can change. Make the change. Okay, this is something I've struggled with for a really long time, and as I was putting this kind of video together, I went back into my old journals to just kind of see what theme has carried over the past however many years. I swear I sound like a Nike commercial because I write almost every month, just do it, just do it, just do it. I used to think that I needed to hit rock bottom, be cornered. I needed to have some sort of change catalyst to make me pursue the things, pursue the change that I wanted to see in my life. And like I've been there and I know that it's not so easy to just make a change. It really isn't. Like if you want to call it Van Gogh blues or you want to call it some good old functional depression, like I've had it. I've had days where I didn't want to wake up. Just so bummed out and it was so hard. Okay, and I'm not gonna say that it's easy now, but and I'm telling you that you don't need to wait for that moment to happen. I'm telling you that if you want to change, you have the power to do so. Change doesn't happen overnight. Change happens because you create a habit for it, right? So between us, can we make a commitment, please? Like if you want to see something different in your life, don't wait till it's too late. Just be bold. This is something I've been telling myself. When the going gets good, work twice as hard. We can change, okay? And if you really wanted to change, you would make the effort to change right now. Okay, Terry Crews has a really great podcast episode with Tim Ferriss. I'm gonna link that shit down too. He talks about this. It's amazing. Just listen to it, okay? I'm gonna sip some tea. Okay, so this is lesson number 4. We're almost there, bear with me. And this is that you're not for everybody, so be everything you wish to be and then some more. I've struggled with this so much. I don't know why, but I think it's because we live in a society that makes us fit into some sort of gear, cog, you know? But no, we are human beings. We are so many things. You have the potential to be so many things. Whatever all those things may be, let yourself be 100% you. And let's just be everything. And if we're weird, like if you're weird like I am, let's just be weird, like everything. Don't be afraid to share yourself, right? Renee Brown, that shit. Vulnerability. Let's do it. You and me. Okay. Lesson number 3, it's a numbers game. I have now about 3 or 4 failed businesses or businesses that I've parted with. And I really struggled with being, well, basically Ross from Friends, okay? I didn't want to be the 3 divorce guy. Okay, what would that mean? How would people see me? But to be honest, like, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't try the other thing first and then realize that no, that's not what I wanted to do. I have conversations with my friends where they tell me, oh, I want to have so many things I want to do with my life and which one should I start with, blah, blah, blah. Like, listen, like, I am that exact same person. And here's what I'm starting to tell them. I said, just like, do it all. Like, I'm 27. We're so young. Life is one big experiential extravaganza. We're just learning. It's a process. So just, if you don't know what you want to do, or if you do and you want to give it a try, just give it a try, okay? Like, take it from somebody who's tried and failed on many things. I've pivoted so many times in my life. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Just numbers, try it, see where it takes you. You'll start to kind of refine and define yourself in that process. And, ninja! All right. Lesson number 2, I am seriously running out of breath and also out of places to shoot in my apartment. But lesson number 2 is don't trip chocolate chip. Okay, this is kind of like the balanced side of everything I've been talking about, whether that's just like make that change or numbers game, try, be yourself. At the end of the day, like this year for me is about intentionality. It's about doing my best not to stress about the little things. Most things in life, they don't matter. And life, like, come on, you know this, it changes. So the ideas that we have, the expectations that we have to kind of be flexible and fluid and go with the flow enough to allow ourselves not to like drive ourselves insane, because that's what I do with myself. I put so much pressure on the outcome. Like, chill, right? Like that change you wish you saw a day ago, like it's gonna come. Be patient, chill. You know what I mean? Like, let's have fun, play, enjoy. My value really is that why do we work ourselves to the ground? Right? Especially living in New York, it's like, I know it's a survival battlefield out here, okay? That's what it feels like sometimes. So I'm ready to go, but like, why do I work so hard if I don't have that moment to enjoy it with my friends, to be with my valued one, my partner? You know, so it's just like what I value the most are the people in my life. And I have to also start taking care of myself. And so, you know, this is just like, don't trip chocolate chip. Everything we do, let's find that sustainability. I've been doing this 28 days of yoga practice, and I want to share that once that 28 days is done. I think I have about a week and a half, maybe 2 more weeks to go. So I decided that I wanted to make a change for my body, and I've committed to 28 days, but I've missed some days. And the truth is, that's okay. Again, don't trip chocolate chip. I'm still making that effort to change. I'm still trying new things. Okay, I'm trying to be all the different versions that I fought, right? I really want to cultivate a movement practice that's holistic, that I can teach to other people as well one day. So I'm doing all these things. I'm trying all these things. But at the end of the day, like, I'm really working hard. I'm struggling to work easy sometimes. Okay, like we're allowed to work easy sometimes. Give yourself a little hug. Okay, we've made it finally. Lesson number 1. Something that I've learned from my grandfather and something that I actively try to pursue, which is what matters the most in life is how you treat other people. Treat other people with kindness and love and compassion, right? It's the golden rule. So how could I not put this golden rule number 1? That's it. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, and I think it's like I've talked enough. Okay, here's the last 2 things I want to leave you with, which is what are you afraid of and what do you want? And something I really think about lately is it's not what do you want out of life. Like, you don't always have to make it such a big thing. It's just like, what do you want right now? What do you want to try? You know, bring it down. We don't need to make things so overwhelming, don't trip chocolate chip, you know what I mean? So feel free to comment that below, and I'll also share with you kind of what my fears are and what I want. And let's start a conversation if you want to participate in that. You know, those are kind of questions that I've tried to ask myself as a check-in. What are you afraid of? Helps me on a deeper level understand the things that hold me back. Like, I'm afraid of judgment. I'm actually deeply afraid of my parents' opinions about me. I am afraid of being pointed at, which is why it was so hard for me to really commit to starting a YouTube channel and openly like say it. And what do I want? What I want is something that helps me stay on track to the things that are interesting to me, to the things that I'm trying right now. And I get shiny shit syndrome, so like I'll see somebody else doing something interesting, I'd be like, oh, I want to do that too. So what do I want really helps me define what my version of success is and not feel kind of like discouraged or feel kind of like I need to go pursue this other thing because my friends are, you know, working at big companies or whatever. Like, I don't need to work at Google. You know, what I want is different from some of my friends with other types of financial goals and life goals and stuff. So, yes. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. If you stuck out throughout this entire video, I haven't even edited it, but I feel like it's gonna be a long one, so thank you so much. Again, I'm trying to actively commit to uploading one YouTube channel every week, so subscribe, hit that like button or something, and feel free to share this video if it was helpful, relevant, and you think somebody else might benefit from it. With that said, my name is Kenta Thomas Nowie, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.